Africa is a continent full of history and enigmas. It is an amazing place where you never know what surprise the next discovery will bring you. Although most of what you find in Africa is fascinating and interesting, some finds are disturbing and strange, like something out of a horror movie. Join us as we introduce you to mysterious discoveries in Africa that no one can fathom. Homo Ality. What could be more amazing than discovering a completely new ancient human species? In 2013, when a team of explorers and scientists ventured into the dark chambers of a cave located in the cradle of humanity in South Africa, they found a remarkable collection of bones belonging to a new species of ancient human relative called Homo Ality. This species lived 236,000 and 335,000 years ago, sharing the world with our ancestors. However, Homo Ality exhibits a puzzling mix of human and primitive characteristics that contradict previous assumptions about human evolution. Homo Ality had a small brain, similar to that of chimpanzees, but their hands and wrists suggest they could have used tools. They had bodies similar to modern humans, but with curved ape-like fingers for climbing trees. How they got to the deep caves is a mystery, as they had to pass through a narrow passage called the Conduit of Death. We don't know if they fell there by accident or if they were ritually placed there by more advanced humans. Anthropologists have no answers, and the origins of these ancient ancestors remain an enigma. Despite the unknowns, understanding its history could help us better understand human evolution in ancient times. The wonderful Bobab tree. Have you seen a tree with superpowers? If you heard correctly, it may sound strange, but the Bobab tree is a true superhero among trees. It is known that it has existed since the time of the dinosaurs, more than 200 million years ago. This amazing plant endures where few others can. Baobab trees can live for thousands of years. The oldest recorded was one in Zimbabwe that lived a venerable 2,450 years. Punctuating the arid African savannas, it is one of the most iconic and useful trees on the planet. The baobab, this colossal plant, has endured for millions of years and has provided sustenance for tribes since time immemorial. The baobab is a giant tree with a very wide trunk that can store water and survive in dry conditions. Even if it loses its leaves for a long time, it can grow back when it rains. Also, this tree not only stores water, but is also useful in many ways. Its leaves can be eaten, its fruit is very rich in vitamin C, its bark is used to make clothes and strong ropes, and its seeds are made into cooking oil. For all these reasons, it is called the tree of life. The sky blue stone. In 1990, a miner in Sierra Leone stumbled upon a highly anomalous stone, unlike any seen before. Angelo Petrone was exploring West Africa when he discovered a gem of a vibrant sky blue color. After performing carbon dating tests, it was determined that the curious rock fell to Earth between 11,000 and 18,000 years ago. But most notably, laboratory analysis revealed that the composition of the sky blue stone was pure oxygen. This oxygen-rich material comprised 77% of the gem, along with carbon, silicon, calcium, and sodium. The sky blue stone is an enigma. Although it looks like it was made by humans, it was found in layers of rock far older than any civilization. Scientists have studied it, but with limited samples. They don't know where it comes from or how it was formed. Some think that an ancient civilization could have created it with unknown technology, while others believe that it could have formed naturally due to unknown geological processes. Its composition is very different from common terrestrial minerals. The discovery in an ancient rock layer suggests it existed before humans. Although she is beautiful, her origin will remain a mystery to humanity. Fairy circles in the desert. Punctuating the arid grasslands of Namibia are puzzling barren areas that appear as perfect circles with sizes ranging from 2 to 20 meters in diameter. These strange formations are known as fairy circles. Seen from the air, Namibia's grasslands are marked by more than 1,800 kilometers of these enigmatic features. For decades, these critical circles have sparked debate and astonishment among environmentalists. So far, no consensus has emerged on the underlying mechanisms that might sculpt these elaborate patterns in the harsh desert landscape. It is thought that termites could create circles to obtain water and benefit nearby plants. But this does not explain the large circles. Other ideas, such as competition between chemical processes, are not satisfactory. Also, the circles disappear and reappear every 24 to 77 years, and we don't know why. The stone forest of Madagascar. Madagascar is a wonder of nature, where you can encounter exotic animals such as lemurs and chameleons that are only found on this island. But the beauty of Madagascar is not limited to its living creatures. It also has impressive geological formations that defy the imagination. In the dry region of the southwest, you can witness a majestic jungle, a stone forest where towering rock pinnacles rise from the ground like gigantic needles. It is a unique and surreal landscape that will take your breath away. These limestone pinnacles emerged over millions of years, sculpted by persistent water erosion in the semi-arid climate. The dissolved limestone has shaped complex rock blades that extend up to 70 meters high. The stone forest looks like petrified trees from afar, but up close it is rocky and dangerous, with canyons and sharp rocks. It is a refuge for rare animals. Although some species, such as large birds and lemurs, are no longer present, some believe there are hidden treasures here. But walking in the forest is risky due to its confusing and rocky terrain. Despite the dangers, the lack of access has helped protect wildlife. However, human expansion and nearby mining threaten the existence of the stone forest and the nature of Madagascar in general. The Light of Dendera. Among the numerous hieroglyphs and reliefs carved into ancient Egyptian structures, an enigmatic image adorning a temple wall has sparked intense debate. The Light of Dendera depicts a strange light bulb-like object extending from a pillar. Some fringe theorists believe this represents an electric light bulb, which would suggest that the ancient Egyptians had advanced energy technology. However, mainstream Egyptologists argue that it has a more esoteric meaning. The controversial image appears in the Temple of Hathor in Dendera, along the Nile River, south of Cairo. The temple was built in the 1st century BC. During that time, they carved a scene showing figures gesturing toward a pillar called Jet with a bulbous part at the top. Below is a shape that looks like a lotus flower and a lamp. Some believe that this could represent an ancient electrical system, but there is no strong evidence to support that idea. The most common explanation is that it has a religious meaning, where the jet pillar symbolizes stability and the bulbous part represents the sun god Ra, since the temple was dedicated to the goddess Hathor. This image likely has meaning related to religion and astrology rather than technology. In the very heart of the Congo, under the dense layer of its ancient jungles, mysteries are hidden that have made both explorers and scientists' hair stand on end. In the depths of this impassable jungle, the world has witnessed strange and horrifying discoveries that defy explanation. From strange creatures lurking in the shadows to inexplicable phenomena that break all the laws of science. The Congo has become a chilling puzzle that has filled the world with terror. Join us as we reveal the most terrifying discoveries in the Congo that have put the entire world on edge. The Mountain of Gold. Recently, what appears to be a mountain of gold was discovered in the Congo, attracting thousands of villagers who dug it up with shovels in their hands. This event highlights the abundance of natural resources in the country, but despite its wealth, Congo remains one of the poorest countries due to inequality in the distribution of wealth. Authorities intervened to recover the gold and temporarily halted mining activities in the area until regulations were met. Additionally, Some people have linked this discovery to ancient prophecies about momentous events. Only time will reveal its true importance and consequences. The Cave of Agonizing Death. In the 20th century, a brave explorer stands out in the jungles of the Congo, Attilio Gatti, an Italian whose life took an unexpected turn. After battling tuberculosis in World War I, he went to Egypt in search of a cure, which led to a fascination with Africa. Gatti became a passionate explorer and documentary filmmaker, connecting two cultures through his films. However, his story becomes entangled in an enigma, the Cave of Agonizing Death. In 1928, defying the odds, he explored this dark cavern in Mumbai. He found a terrifying landscape of skulls and skeletons, with snakes and spiders. The authenticity of the legend remains a mystery, but Gatti never ventured into that sinister cave again, which became a reminder of the mysteries that persist in the heart of Africa. Bill Forrest's monkeys. A surprising revelation has put Bill's forest, where Charles Darwin's ideas on evolution have been studied for generations, in the spotlight. The search for the missing link connecting humans and primates has been a long-standing mystery. Although we share a common ancestor with monkeys, the difference between us has baffled scientists. In the Congo, an advanced civilization of chimpanzees known as Billy apes has been discovered. These chimpanzees share much of their DNA with humans and are larger and more aggressive than others. They even face lions. Skulls found in the region bear similarities to chimpanzees and gorillas, which has led to speculation that they could be a missing link in human evolution. The scientific community is interested in this revelation, as it could help solve one of the greatest mysteries in our history. The mysteries of Stonehenge. Stonehenge, a Neolithic monument in the United Kingdom, has intrigued over the centuries. Imagine huge stones standing 4 meters high, weighing a staggering 25 tons each, forming a great circle on Salisbury Plain. Inside, a smaller ring embraces 2 vertical stones joined by a horizontal lintel. Stonehenge also has an amazing astronomical alignment with the sunrise during the summer solstice. Its origin and construction, with primitive technology, remain mysteries. The stones are believed to have been placed at the site around 2400 BC to 2200 BC, but how they were transported and lifted remains enigmatic. Stonehenge was probably used as a burial site from 3000 BC, although its exact purpose remains unresolved. Researchers have made a terrifying archaeological discovery that no one was meant to see. Artifacts left by ancient civilizations are often difficult to find, damaged, or difficult to decipher. Most contain knowledge that could change the perception of our place in history. Archaeologists and researchers have made incredible discoveries to date, but some of these discoveries remain a mystery. Join us to explore some of these artifacts that may have come to Earth from space. Drop discs. Beneath the Bayan Karola Mountains, which run through China and Tibet, lies a labyrinth of caves that are mysteriously interconnected. Its origin is unknown and scientists are not sure if it is an artificial or natural formation. Researchers have found inside these caves the buried bodies of some of the most unusual human-like species ever found. These caves were accidentally discovered by a team of archaeologists in 1938. Initially, they thought they had found ape remains. However, it is well known that apes do not bury their dead, so which creature did those strange skeletons belong to? Comparisons have shown that they were neither human nor animal, at least not fully human. The skeleton had small limbs and very thin legs, but compared to their short, weak frames, these creatures had very large heads. A Chinese archaeologist and his team were inspecting the skeletons when they found something even stranger, a circular disc half buried in the cave floor. The disc was made of stone, but it had a hole in the center. On the disc there were inscriptions and a spiral groove around it with 2 rings. Upon closer inspection, it was discovered that these inscriptions appeared to be some type of hieroglyphs. However, this unusual language is not recognized by anyone, and not even ancient writing experts have been able to translate it. Another intriguing discovery are the carvings on the walls depicting the sun, moon, and stars linked together by small dotted lines. This discovery raises a question: are these creatures trying to communicate with us? It took 20 years for someone to translate the inscriptions on this album. The doctor announced that he had deciphered these signs as a story, but what he discovered was so shocking that the authorities refused to allow him to share his discovery with the world. More than 700 of these discs have been recovered, according to the doctor. According to him, they tell the story of a space probe that arrived on Earth from another planet and crashed in this region. Supposedly, the ship's inhabitants came from an advanced civilization with peaceful intentions. However, their more hostile neighbors made coexistence difficult and they had to flee to other worlds. The doctor's translation was hidden so that the citizens of Earth would not know that life forms exist in some parts of the universe that we have not yet explored. The Mysterious Sphere of Betts. On March 27, 1974. The Best family saw a small fire in a bush near their home on Jacksonville's Fort George Island. His oldest son, Terry, discovered something that would change the family's life forever: a strange metallic sphere the size of a bowling ball. As a medical student, Terry took it home as a souvenir because of its unusual appearance. Her family didn't think much of it until Terry started playing the guitar near her. That's when something strange happened. The ball began to hum and soon after showed other strange characteristics, such as rolling on its own, changing direction, and stopping abruptly. Sometimes the sphere vibrates and emits a high-pitched sound that causes dogs to bark and people to cover their ears. This ball, which goes by names such as Best Sphere, Mysterious Sphere, or Fantastic Ball, began to gain popularity. The host of a local paranormal radio show validated the Best family's claims that the sphere moved and behaved strangely. He believed that this sphere was of extraterrestrial origin and that it must have been designed by an unknown civilization for an unknown purpose. Ottestol-Klarksdorp spheres. The 3-billion-year-old spheres in a small town called Ottestol in northeastern South Africa. Workers in some pyrophyllite mines have discovered something strange. These mysterious spheres are known as Claire spheres. They are dark reddish-brown and slightly flattened, between 1 and 10 centimeters in size. Some have 3 parallel grooves on the edges. The most notable examples appear to have been manufactured. Most intriguingly, carbon dating has estimated the age of these objects at 3 billion years. At that age, the Earth was still too young to host an intelligent species capable of manufacturing these spheres. Many organizations are interested in this artifact because it supports the theory of ancient astronauts or an ancient civilization. They maintain that these spheres are perhaps misplaced artifacts. Artifacts like these are supposed evidence that an intelligently advanced civilization existed billions of years ago, before the biblical flood that wiped out every living thing. Supporters of the ancient astronaut theory believe that these spheres were created by intelligent extraterrestrial beings. King Tut's dagger. When researchers discovered King Tut's tomb in the early 1920s, they found several former chambers containing thousands of artifacts, furniture, statues, costumes, chariots, and even paintings. But the most important artifact found was an iron dagger. This dagger was more than 30 centimeters long and was made from an iron meteorite, which has left scientists speechless since its discovery. Several studies have presented opposing theories about its origin. One investigation suggests that it was made in Anatolia, in modern-day Turkey, while another study states that the terrestrial origin of the dagger is unknown. Iron smelting did not exist during the very brief reign of King Tutankhamun, 1333 to 1323 BC. It is theorized that the mineral used may have come from a meteorite, but this is all speculation at best. The Wedge of Ade. About 50 years ago, a group of miners found an object so strange that many have come to believe it came from outer space. It was discovered on the banks of the Mureș River in Iat, Romania, when miners were searching for something completely different, 2 mastodon bones. But that was not all. More than 35 feet deep, they found an object with no date, no purpose, no clear explanation and no apparent function. It was called the aluminum object or Wedge of Iad. The fact that the Wedge of Iad lacks antiquity and purpose makes it very confusing. Its location is also very strange, since it is unlikely to discover an object made from newly discovered materials among the bones of a beast that became extinct 11,700 years ago. To further complicate matters, this object was covered in patina, a coating that takes thousands of years to develop. Furthermore, this object could also pass as modern, since it is made of a material that cannot be differentiated from today's aluminum, something that should have existed 11,000 years ago. The location and date surrounding this object don't add up, nor does its shape seem to serve any apparent purpose. It is suspected to have extraterrestrial origin, but there is no valid theory. The Antia Mechanism. This mechanism was discovered in 1901 in a shipwreck near the island of Antikythera in Greece. It is made up of a series of gears and cogwheels that form a complex clockwork system. It was used to predict the position of the stars, including the sun, the moon and the planets known at that time. It was a kind of primitive astronomical computer. It is believed that he could also predict eclipses and other astronomical events. It is amazing to think that this device was created over 2,000 years ago, as it demonstrates an advanced level of mathematical and engineering knowledge in ancient Greece. Some have speculated that the Antikythera mechanism could have an origin beyond our planet. Could it be possible that advanced alien civilizations influenced its creation? Or perhaps the device was left here as proof of its presence in the past? I hope you liked our video. I invite you to subscribe and activate the bell to find out about each new video.